Calling all elementary teachers and pre-service teachers. I have one question for you. Is teaching mathematics a hassle, day in and day out, in your classroom, or soon-to-be classroom? If so, you have found yourself in the right place. Let's take a look at some facts. Both practicing and pre-service teachers report high levels of anxiety towards mathematics. Pre-service teachers, mathematics anxiety has also been found to negatively correlate with their mathematics teaching efficacy. According to Gresham, pre-service teachers who demonstrate low levels of math anxiety had higher levels of mathematics teaching efficacy. Let's face it, math in general gives us all a bit of anxiety, let alone the instruction of mathematics to our students. And the fact of the matter is we are all expected to be experts at integrating new and engaging mathematics teaching strategies into our curriculum when many of us have not taken any type of secondary education or professional development course in this subject before or even in the recent past. So what can we do about this? If we look at this picture, you can see teachers and students engaged. But on what? Robotics, that is what. Using robotics integration is a new, engaging, and motivating technology to more effectively teach mathematics to our students. Robotics is no longer just a game for students in the elementary grades, but it can also be a way to deliver content knowledge. So we're trying to increase engagement for both teachers and students. We're going to provide you some tips for integrating robotics into your problem-based learning curriculum. Keep that problem-based learning curriculum in the back of your mind for 1 second. We're going to give you some new teaching strategies, some practical ones that you can use day in and day out in your classroom. We're also going to connect math content knowledge to relevant real-world problems. So connecting these real-world problems to our curriculum and to our math content is really where we can shine as teachers. So that's in that problem-based learning curriculum, connecting our actual content to real-world problems so we can really engage our students. So what is problem-based learning? Problem-based learning, also referred to as PBL, is a student-centered pedagogy in which students learn about a subject through the experience of solving an open-ended problem. Students learn both thinking strategies and domain knowledge. And robotics is easily integrated into this type of curriculum. So over the next 9 sessions, you will partake in a training module incorporating lesson plan building opportunities and a lot of hands-on experience. So you'll be able to actually learn content knowledge both about teaching strategies, but also about robotics kits. And don't worry, if your elementary students can learn some programming behind these simple robotics kits, so can you. We're going to, again, give you those practical tips and that hands-on experience, which is very key to integrating robotics into a PBL curriculum. We're also going to give you 5 design guidelines for integrating robotics into your problem-based learning curriculum. So let's take a closer look at what this training module is going to look like. Now we will introduce a short prototype of what this training module will look like. You will have 2 options. You will be able to go down the training modules and learn some of the content knowledge, and you'll be able to go down that path. And then you'll also be able to use a PBL activity where you will have interactive quizzing and hands-on experiences to actually be a practitioner and use some of these design guidelines to help you create a lesson that you will actually teach at the end of these 9 sessions. So let's look at some of the training modules. You'll be guided through with an interactive character to make it very personalized. You will be introduced to the 5 design guidelines as this interactive character is instructing. And here we can see we have an interactive slider which shows us the guidelines. We have 5 of them. We can look at guideline 1. It's use robotics technologies to facilitate learning and not as a primary source of content knowledge. This is an important fact that we are actually going to be learning mathematics, not just about robots. Robots are just the tool to facilitate the learning of mathematics. Let's continue on. Now we can see that we have some rationale for why we've chosen to highlight Guideline 1 as an important integration strategy when actually integrating robots into your PBL curriculum. Now let's go back to the introduction page and we'll look at some of the interactive PBL activities.
Welcome. Read the instructions below and let's get started.
And now here you have an interactive robot actually guiding you through some of the activities.
First, let's do a quick review. Answer the question on the next slide.
Where now we will reinforce some of the content knowledge we learned through the modules. And we can see we have an interactive drag and drop activity where we have to highlight the correct design guidelines. If they are incorrect, they will be rejected, or if they're correct, they will be absorbed into the box. This is just a type of reinforcement activity. And then after this activity, it would go on and provide you with a hands-on activity where you will actually create a lesson, use some of these design guidelines within your lesson planning, and then teach this lesson to other students within your sessions. I hope you join us and use this training module to learn more about the integration of robotics into a PBL curriculum and really just learn about teaching mathematics in a new and engaging way for both you and your students. Thank you for your time.